Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loimacito is the best.
Okay, I'm going to share with you an incident whereby an Indian student lost, I think, close to $75,000, his savings for his education. He lost it in Bitcoin because he made a hedge or something like that. I'll read out the article. The article is a paid article. It's from the Wall Street Journal. Link I'll put down below the video. Do give them the support that they require, because journalists work very hard to release content. So if in case it's not free and it's paid and you don't want to pay for it, I can understand, but do support them. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so I'll read out the article. Link is down below, and this is what it says. Binance froze when Bitcoin crashed. Binance, I think, is an exchange whereby you can buy and sell Bitcoins, okay, or any other cryptocurrency. Now users want their money back. The world's largest crypto exchange has no headquarters, making it difficult for disgruntled traders to complain about Maycash. See, this is one of the biggest drawbacks of the cryptocurrency world, which I've been telling you before. One of the many. I mean, if there is a problem, who do you go to? Let's say I have a bank account, I have a problem with the bank, I can go to any of the branches. But if there's a problem with the exchange, if there's no physical office, who do you go to? And if it's run by a private firm and not by a government entity, who do you hold accountable? What if they say, okay, someone hacked into our system, or it crashed, or whatever, and then when you tell them I want losses compensated, they show you the fine print, which obviously would not make sense to you, because they have the money and the clout much more than you to get the best legal team. And legal teams always focus on the loopholes. That's why if you get insurance, when you have to pay money, they are all happy. They'll give you good promises, especially when you have to become a customer. They'll promise you the sun, moon and stars. But when you make the claim, they'll tell you no, but the sub clause, the side clause, the other part, and then they make it difficult for you to get the claim. Okay, so Anand Singhal, nice name, Anand Singh is king, built a $50,000 in savings from the time he was doing 13, from the time he was 13. Wow, from the age of 13, must be a genius. 13, I was thinking of chocolates, man. Doing freelance coding from his bedroom in New Delhi. It was meant to pay for his dream, a master's degree in computer science in US. The money disappeared in 7 minutes on May 19th. So just let that sink in. I don't know how many rupees is that. I'll put it on the screen. $50,000. Convert that into rupees. He lost it within 7 minutes. Now, did he, was he one of the intelligent investors where you put in your principal amount, and when you reach that, you take it out, then you put it again, principal amount? So I don't know, maybe he must have done that, can't say. Okay, Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, froze for an hour as the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies plunged. Mr. Singhal and others who had made leverage bets on the rise were locked out. I think this leverage, this thing now, is when it's going up, hold. Before it's going to crash, you sell it off, you made your money. So these guys, I think we're waiting for when to start selling it. So, you're literally glued to your app or to your smartphone or to your computer screen. You're literally living there, eating, sleeping, everything. I know some Bitcoin or cryptocurrency enthusiasts whose whole life, eating, sleeping, going to the toilet, They don't even socialize. They're literally sitting on the chair in front of that screen looking at those numbers. Now that is some kind of obsession, I'll tell you that. You can watch, I think, some of the videos I saw 2-3 years ago. Some people, they don't have a life. And some people literally gave up crypto because it ruined and destroyed their life. I mean, they were making money, but they didn't have a life. So, anyway, as losses steepened, the exchange seized their margin collateral and liquidated their holdings. Mr. Singhal said he lost his 50,000 plus another $24,000 he had made in previous trades. Okay, Binance traders around the world have been trying to get their money back. But unlike a more traditional investment platform, Binance is largely unregulated. I told you all cryptocurrencies the same shit. You can even go, what is that, CoinDesk? CoinDesk? I don't know if that is regulated. I think it is. But then again, remember, cryptocurrency is more like, making bets on the leverage. It's like you buy low, sell high. That's what people are doing, right? Others, what are you going to do with cryptocurrency? In fact, let me ask you this. People are talking so much about blockchain technology. Where the fuck are you, where are you using blockchain? Tell me, where you're using? What are you using it for right now? We talk so much big, oh, blockchain technology and this and that. You and I are not going to fucking use it. Only if you're a cryptocurrency guy, you'll talk about it. Where are you using it? Anyway, Binance is largely unregulated, has no headquarters, making it difficult for traders to say and to figure out whom to petition. Mr. Singhal has joined a group of 700 traders who are working with a lawyer in France to recoup their losses. In Italy, another group is petitioning Binance over the same issue. Lawyers representing the Italy group sent a letter to 11 Binance addresses they could find in Europe and an email to the help desk. See the fun. They are not aware where it is. I think it's run Chinese. Not too sure. So you're just sending an email to where? To who? Who's the face of it? And even if you know the face, like so many of these cryptocurrency exchange house owners, ran away with billions. Oh, the South African people, brothers, they ran away with billions. This guy in Lebanon or Libya or ran away with billions. This news of ran away with billions, so common. In fact, remember the crypto queen, the highest, Dr. Raduja or something? Fuck. 4 billion. Fuck, man. If I would have 4 billion, I'd literally have plastic surgery and stay as a, I don't know, $4 billion. Can you imagine that? Okay. A Binance spokesperson said the extreme market volatility like that on May 19 can create technical bottlenecks for exchanges. Yeah, right. Oh, bullshit, man. When hundreds and thousands of people are trying to sign up, there's no bottleneck. But when 700 traders or people want to take it out, it's a bottleneck. We took immediate steps to engage with the users affected by the outage and to provide compensation. Let's see what compensation. He added, we remain happy to speak to anyone who reaches out to us with a concern about the outage. Yeah, what you'll talk to them? Yeah, I understand your grievances. I understand. Don't worry, we are working on it. Bullshit. Just pay the money, man. In an open letter published July 7th, Binance founder Changpeng Zhao, sounds Chinese, said the exchange was committed to being compliant with the appropriate local rules. Now they follow the rules. When they're taking money, they'll flaunt the rules. This is all bullshit. But he has dismissed the idea of having a headquarters, saying that it is an antiquated concept. Yeah, of course, because when you have a headquarter and you're a physical person there, people will come and catch your balls over there. So of course it's antiquated. So you're invisible. Nobody can catch you. Anyone has a problem, nobody can find you. The price of Bitcoin and other digital assets soared earlier this year, sparking a worldwide frenzy in trading. Worldwide frenzy in gambling, easy money. A huge chunk of the business flowed through Binance, which handled nearly 2.5 trillion. Wow, 2.5 trillion in derivative trades in May, according to a data provider Crypto Compare. 2.3 trillion. Oof. Imagine what you and I would do with Forget trillion, man. A trillion would run USA. Billion, forget billion. Man, we guys would be happy with million, man. What the fuck? Okay, the subsequent crash in prices exposed the exchange's inability at times to handle massive trading volume and has led to backlash from users. Authorities in Japan and the Cayman Islands, oh, Cayman Islands is a very secure place, have said Binance doesn't have license to operate in those jurisdictions. Really? Now you found out? The UK said Binance's local unit wasn't permitted to conduct operations related to regulated financial services. Several British banks have stopped customers from transferring money to Binance. In the US, Binance doesn't direct users to its main website. Instead, it has an affiliate. Sometimes I feel these countries and these banks and all that, they're all crooks. All of them are involved in it. Everyone wants to make money, part of the action. How do you think the housing bubble crashed? Everyone wants part of the action. Okay. US doesn't offer derivatives. It doesn't need to be registered with the Commodities Future Trading Commission. Good. So everyone makes money, no accountability. Mr. Zhao, 44, my age, but he's a trillionaire. Founded Binance in China. Smart guy. The Canadian-Chinese programmer got into Bitcoin trading after hearing about it at a poker game during the 2020 interview posted online. Google search, this one is a video by Vice. Black Bitcoin billionaires, BBB. This is a Bitcoin for black people. So funny, man. And people are putting their money, oh, this is for the black community. I remember there's this guy, he's Canadian Pakistani, name is Qom Mirza. He's another con man. He had a halal coin. He had a halal coin, he had a Dubai coin, and now he's in the Dubai jail. Another guy who used to claim that he is giving billions to the poor and all that. Yeah, this is normal, but people are shameless. It's like, going to this prostitute, you'll get AIDS or you'll get a STD. Still people go and then they cry, oh, why? Why did I get AIDS? Oh, why did you go there? Stupid. Okay, then he set up Binance to help investors buy and sell cryptocurrencies and later offer more complex financial products, including a futures. Yeah, for his future, not for yours. A contract that allows traders to buy and sell a specific cryptocurrency in the future. Everything is in the future. Cryptocurrency will become the currency of the future. Blockchain will be there in the future. Digital token, digital assets, digital wallet, oh, digital signature, crypto this, crypto that, in the future, but pay the money now. To make returns more attractive, traders on its main website can make oversized bets with little money. Investors can get a leverage of 125 to 1 for some future contracts, meaning they can deposit 80 cents to amass equivalent of 100 of Bitcoin and other currency. Yeah, so when you're making such easy money and you don't complain, when you lose all that money, don't complain. That is why everyone's a crook in this, Nobody's a bloody saint. That's why I don't feel sorry for these guys. Traders come from everywhere. In fact, when Bitcoin was going up, do you know how many people commented below my videos? Hey, loser, ha ha ha. What the fuck do you know? They were trolling me, literally. Some guys even, oh, Loy, I have to respect you. I'm from UAE. This is my real account. A real account. My name is, let's assume his name is Ahmed. My name is Ahmed Sajjad. I used to respect you before. Just to let you know who I am. I was working as a salesman. Then I heard about cryptos. I went into it. Today, just few days ago, I purchased a 3-bedroom flat, down payment cash. And he said that only, I felt like laughing. In Dubai, huh? Down payment cash, I purchased 3-bedroom flat. Now I'm opening a trading house. And we are well over on our way to make millions. So explain that to me. Tell me, I challenge you. And I said, okay, time will tell. I'll give you an answer. Now he's vanished. Now he's gone. Now he's nowhere. What happened to your millions? In fact, I tried sending message. Where are you? No message. People, when they get easy money, by luck, they think they are the genius. In fact, how many so-called experts? Bitcoin will go $100,000 one coin. Bitcoin will go $500,000 one coin. Bitcoin will go what? 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. Where are all these experts? Where is Cathie Wood? Oh, Loy, what the fuck are you, man? She is educated in the Ivy League and she's a CEO. Her credentials are stellar. She is saying that it'll go to 500,000. You're challenging her. Who are you? Okay, fine. Who am I? Now what happened? Cathie Wood, where is she, man? You are licking her asshole, bro. Cathie Wood is our god. Cathie Wood will help us. How many times I told you? They are the CEOs of companies. They have to get their commissions every year. So they have to take your money. So they give you, like Elon Musk, it's going to go to the moon. Like there's influencers, it's going to go to the moon. Invest now. You invest, they cash out. And in the end, oh, he's a billionaire, I'm nothing. Then you cry alone. Then what else? Soon after traders come from everywhere. The site has more than 30 languages. Soon after the May 19 crash, a Binance executive, Aaron Gong, nice with the bong, sent a tweet. Oh, what a professional service. He sent a tweet apologizing and assuring that the staff would reach out to those affected, according to the screenshots provided by several traders. The tweet was eventually deleted. He must have been Ramu from Tamil Nadu, sitting in his mother's bedroom, following instructions because he's outsourced. But his name online must be Andrew Maximilian Gong. How many people like that create fake accounts? Oh, Natasha Stovinsky, that's a name, but really must be Sheila Kutti. Oh boy. Mr. Singhal said the fellow trader told him Binance had released a compensation claim. Wow, must be in billions. So what's the compensation? He filed one, but the reply wasn't as expected. An offer for 3 months upgrade to Binance VIP platform. Wow, you'll become a VIP. Fuck. In exchange for Mr. Singhal agreeing to release and forever discharge the exchange from any action over his losses. Fantastic, fantastic, very nice. So you'll be a VIP badge you'll have for 3 months in exchange for $75,000 loss. It also threatened to withdraw the offer if Mr. Singhal made it public. See, listen, either we focus on customer quality service, accept it, or we'll fuck your happiness. See, we care about our customers. I will never trade again. Poor 24-year-old. The guy is a genius, man. At the age of 13, be honest, 13 he started. At 24 he lost $75,000. He'll get back at it because he's still young. And when you're young, you never stop taking risks. Said that 24-year-old who last year moved to Tokyo for work in a software company. I'm traumatized. Oh, really? Easy money and you're traumatized. Just wanted to be rich fast, no? But let's be honest. The guy is smarter than most of us, at least more than me. At the age of 13, he started programming. Age of 24 years, made and lost $75,000. I didn't even make $7, man. What the fuck? If you're trading crypto assets, there is very little from a regulatory framework. Simon Tracy, a senior lawyer at London-based firm Linklater, said, recently ordered Robinhood Financial LLC to pay more than $12 million in restitutions to thousands of customers in part of losses in platform during the March 2020 market panic. That's a good thing when you make sure that everyone's held accountable. If you're trading crypto assets, there's very little from a regulatory framework, which is very key. Under Binance terms and conditions, users seeking compensation are required to file disputes with the Hong Kong International Arbitration Center. You have a problem with the company in Italy, email goes to USA, the response comes from China, and you file in Hong Kong, and you're staying in India. Good luck with that. Disgruntled traders banded together in a group chatting app, Discord, to trade notes and coordinate strategy. Continue doing that. That's the only thing which will be left. A lawyer advising the group, Aija Lijnis, until recently an arbitration attorney for Latham and Watkins in Paris. Binance has made it difficult, not impossible, but difficult for average customers to seek recourse, she said. She hopes that by branding together the group, we can get full compensation for traders' losses. No, you'll not get. The only thing you'll get is your fees. That's the only thing you're interested. Another member of the group is Kate Mary, a 58-year-old healthcare technology consultant in Sydney, who dipped into the world of crypto futures in early 20 after her business was dissolved over a dispute. After reading Trend Trading for Dummies and watching YouTube, Miss Mary began trading with $10,000. With a bull market on her side, she had $450,000 by April. Woo! She's smart. She felt reassured using Binance because of the market dominant position. The one thing about crypto trading, it gives the poor the same chance that the rich have to make money. I think that is why everyone jumps into it. But then May 19th came, after being a millionaire. Miss Mary said the price of several currencies she had, her portfolio sank, and she was unable to change her position because she couldn't access her account via the Binance application. Miss Mary said she had experienced localized crashes in Binance before, but this one was widespread. Like this in Hindi, no? Dal mein kuch kala hai means in the lentils there's something black. Okay, hope I got that right. I know little Hindi. And it lasted enough for her to entirely liquidate, losing $170,000 she had based on the time of liquidation. I feel cheated. See, you made $500,000, you lost $170,000, $200,000. Don't complain now, you're still rich. $300,000 is still there. As regulators move around the world, move to restrict Binance, the exchange has been regrouping. Last month, it pulled out of Ontario after the Ontario Securities and Commission told crypto trading platforms that they are to bring the operation into compliance with local securities laws. Binance has also added new staff to handle regulatory matters. Toronto resident Fawaz Ahmed, sounds very Canadian, 33, has been trading full-time since 2020. He said he amassed coins and trading futures on Binance and hoped to make enough that his parents will retire and he help his siblings through college. He lives at home with his parents. Good guy, good intentions, risky profession. On May 19th, he said he had 1,250 Ether coins, at the time worth $3 million. So he's a multi-millionaire. But when the Ether began to slide, he clicked on the app to exit his position, stick the losses and move on. But the Binance app on his phone was frozen. Nothing would happen when he clicked. Kept trying for an hour. He received a message saying that he had been liquidated at his losses and he surpassed the collateral. It was the worst time in my life, Mr. Ahmed said, adding he feels depressed and had difficulties leaving home. He hasn't told his parents he's lost his millions. Ay-yo. Look, this is not to pour salt on the wounds of these people who have, good intentions and want to do good in their lives, who dedicate their time, effort, money. But you're getting into a business which honestly is based on luck in gambling and close calls. It's like being a stuntman and knowing the fact that, okay, they pay you good money, but one accident, the Resident Evil, Google search this, Resident Evil stunt woman, beautiful lady, beautiful, very beautiful girl, young. She did a stunt for Resident Evil, professional stunt woman. Apparently the camera on the crane didn't move on time. She smashed into it. Her arm was ripped off, completely gone. Her spinal cord was smashed. And now she's handicapped for the rest of her life. No career, nothing. She was in a coma for for days. And when she asked for compensation, they gave her the legal terminology and said, oh, the paper you signed didn't cover XYZ. And they paid her $30,000 to cover operation cost. Apart from that, zero. And today, she has nothing. And the franchise of Resident Evil has made billions. That's the world we live in. They don't give a fuck. So anyway, I wanted to share this incident with you. Let me know what you think. I'm pretty sure if you're a cryptocurrency enthusiast, you will still support it. All the best. I'm not against you. I hope you do well. I hope you make millions. Because yes, there are so many who are making, like this lady put 10,000 and got millions, and this guy became a multi-millionaire, $3 million. Oof. But $3 million in the clouds floating. $3 million in some app. It's like a game, you know. You play this game, you're shooting all the bad guys, you know, and you're getting points, gold coins, but in the real world is zero, no? Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I read all of them. It's me signing off. You guys take care.